Okay, people, you're about to hear the saddest chainsaw story in human history. All right, so there's poor Ninja Shark sitting on my freshly door fixed. Well, I got to show you this again. Remember, this happened because I was handsome. Yeah, I can open and close my door now. I don't have to climb through the window anymore. Oh, the wonders of a dilapidated coat hanger. Anyway, you can see that in the previous video what happened there. There's poor Ninja Shark. So the sad story goes like this. Once upon a time, there was Ninja Shark, and he found his way to me, all dinged up and banged up, and I think half the handle is cracked and dilapidated. Hey, I'm missing a part of the handle here. Oh, it's on the other side. Whoops. What did I do to my darn chainsaw? Hang on. Got to fix my broken chainsaw that I broke even more. Oh no, the handle is right there. What? Duh. Fly, hello. Okay, so anyway, I got this saw for 50 bucks in 2009, 2010. It's still MS-260. It was a contractor saw. You gotta watch it don't scratch the paint on my car here, because if you do stuff like that, you'll scratch the paint on your car, so you gotta watch it don't scratch it. This prestigious vehicle. There's a fly on my car. Get off my car. Anyway, there was these roofers, and they were using this thing, and I'm sure they cut like freaking hit tin with it and nails and God knows what. It obviously tumbled off the roof a few times. So my buddy was working for this company, and they forgot the saw behind there from Montreal, which is pretty far away. Yeah, it's like 3 hours from here. And they're like, oh yeah, well, we'll be back in a month to get it. A month goes by, and he's like, nah, keep it. Like it's like they don't owe us anything. Yeah, whatever. So he kept one. They forgot two saws behind. So he kept one, and he sold me the other one for 50 bucks. And he goes, the chain's pretty screwed on it. He goes, I don't know how good it is. He goes, it's been off. He goes, I know I've seen this one go off the roof a few times. Whatever. And anyway, I played around with it, got it going. It was a little bit gummed up. It definitely needed a chain for worst, right? But I bought a new chain for it, so I got about maybe $70. Well, I got two chains for it. The other chain I've never put on. And I destroyed the first original bar on it. I had 2 blocks, big, heavy oak blocks shear on it, and pretty much crushed the tip to the point where I just couldn't get it to work anymore. So I got another bar for free because, some people just have, yeah, here, take that. And I went and bought 2 chains, right? Now, I've had this saw for about, 13 years before it did... it went kind of kaput on me, right? So what happened was I was cutting all those Manitoba maples, and I cut like about I must cut it like about 150 of them. That was the last big job I did with it. And then we had a bunch of, we were going to sell the Manitoba maple for stove wood. Yeah, okay, not the greatest stove wood, but somebody would buy it for cheap, right? We got it for free, so whatever. And it was cutting perfect, and all of a sudden it just started dying out on me. So I figured it was just a carb thing. Now, I still don't know exactly what's wrong with it, but I could probably say that all the hoses are done. The kill switch, I have to rewire the kill switch there on the, because it let go. What the heck? That didn't... Okay, I see what's going on here. But anyway, yeah, so the saw is pretty rough. Now, I took it into the still shop, and he said, just for the carb kit and the piston kit, he goes, what you're telling me... Now, mind you, they didn't test it, so... I got to take what they say with a grain of salt. But it goes the carb kit, and that through still will cost, just for the carb kit and the piston, you're looking at 500 bucks right there. Now, if I could find aftermarket, I've seen it as low as about 300. Now, that said, I don't know. I think the compression's actually not too bad on it, but the crank seal might be done. Because you said, it goes, what you're describing sounds like a crank seal, because like it'll run for maybe about a couple of minutes, and then but it won't idle properly. Once you get the chain down to where it idles properly, it just conks out on you. And if you turn the saw, it conks out. Now, mind you, the carb could be completely worn out as well. So it's hard to say exactly what's wrong with the saw without doing a compression check on it and all that. Now, some of you would like to see this saw rebuilt. So would I, because I have such an affection for it. But if it's going to cost $600-700 to rebuild a saw that you can buy the new version of it for $800, you know what I mean? It's not money well spent. So I don't know what the fate of this poor Ninja Shark's going to be. If he's going to become a parts donor, or if he's going to be, a future rebuild. But if I started making ridiculous money, which good luck with that, right? Then I probably would do it as a rebuild project. It's one of those things that I'm not going to crowdsource for a rebuild, but I might check a few options, but because I really don't want to get rid of it if I don't have to, because if I can get another 10 years or 13 years, I mean, I'll probably be dead in about that time anyway, so, or retired or too crippled to do anything anyway, I'd be happy with that, you know what I mean? Like, because it'd be like, it served me well for the money. But I do need a bigger saw anyway, so I am looking at getting a bigger saw. But the fate of Ninja Shark, freaking flies on. There's flies on my car. There's flies on my freaking saw. What the hell's what you guys think you could? You ain't paying rent. You get out. And I see you up there too. There's like, why is there flies on my car? Anyway. But yeah, that's the sad story of the fate of the trusty Ninja Shark. But yeah, I do need a slightly bigger saw anyway. So I love the 260, or I guess the 261 is even better. When I do pick up a 261 at some point in the future, that's not the next saw I'm going to get. The next saw I'm going to get is a little bit bigger. I'm going to be getting smaller saws. The 162s for sure. They're like pint size. It's the smallest saw I think still makes in the, I don't know if you'd call that Pro line but the MS 162, and I want them for like branches. Like 90% of my cutting is small stuff, but I do need the bigger saws. So I'll have those little saws. I'll have Mini Beast and the two MS 162s. So I have 3 little saws, which is perfect, and then a medium saw of some sort, and then one huge saw later on. I won't tell you what saws I'm picking. A lot of people think I'm going to go with the 500i. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I've got lots to say about the 500i. Just from, I've held one, I've never used one. It seems like a no-brainer saw until you really get into what you're buying it for, right? And it always comes down, saws are like that. It's always about what you're buying it for. And this saw is, most people, if this is the only size saw you ever buy, this saw does everything. The 160 series, or 260 series, sorry. Yeah, it's a 50cc saw. A lot of, it's too small, blah, blah, blah. 99% of the time. Like, this saw is fine for trees that big. It's fine. It's a little bit undersized for the butt blocks, but after the first 15 feet or so, that thing will clean that up, no problem. It won't do it as fast as a 500i, but it will do it. In fact, this saw is actually half the speed of a 500i. So if it takes 10 seconds to cut a block with a 500i, it'll take you 20 with this. But you are limited to the bar size. I've got a 16 on there, which I think is just perfect for this saw. And 90+% of the cutting I do, this is all the saw I've ever needed. And I mean, I've cut thousands. You know, I mean, like the amount of cordwood I've cut with this is unbelievable. The amount of little trees I've cut down, lost count. And it's made me so much money. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you, but that's what happened. We assessed the rebuild. I know there's another guy that's local that's not a dealer, so to speak. So I'm going to see him, say, okay, well, what would it cost to build a saw like that? He says, well, $500, $400. 400, I could, okay, not priority, but if I ever have a spare $400 kicking around, okay, yeah, sure, why not, right? But no, I'm going to put my money onto the new saws because as a professional, whatever that means, you want to make sure that you have reliable equipment. So I can't have stuff that's and I've seen this with rebuilt saws more than once, not mine, but other people's. Oh yeah, I just had the saw rebuilt last week, and a week later, you know, something else broke on it. And it's just like, at some point, you know, like, don't spend $100 to save 10. You know what I mean? Like, just go out, buy what you need, and it's headache free for years and years and years and years. Now, I've taken good care of the saw, but like anything, you use it that much and nothing lasts forever. Although, despite the look of it, it actually is well taken care of for what I've used it. Although it looks like it's been through World War III, like that was done before me. So, but yeah, so the poor legendary Ninja Shark. Not sure exactly what his fate would be. I don't have the money to rebuild him and buy a new saw. So new saw, and then, like I say, even if I can hang on to it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't owe me anything. I can hang on to it forever and a day. But that's the sad story of poor Ninja Shark. So make sure you give a like to this video for my terminally ill saw. And yeah, there we go. That's the fate of Ninja Shark for now.